Hi, I'm Amrita, and today is my 5th anniversary of playing D&D. To celebrate, I wanted to do something special, so I thought it would be fun to make a follow-up video to my favorite video that I've ever made, which is the Unsleeping City vlog. In that video, I explored New York through the lens of the characters of the Unsleeping City. So I went to a Broadway show for Misty, and I went to the Transit Museum for Kagrash, to Cobble Hill for Ricky, to Staten Island for Sophia, to the Bronx for Kingston, and then to Williamsburg for Pete, and then just all around the city for Brennan. That's the video I made last year. So for this year, I thought it would be fun to make my own character in the Unsleeping City and then spend a day in their life in New York City. Let me introduce you to my Unsleeping City character. Meet Maya. She is a fate-touched human. She is a level 5 Bard Wizard multiclass because it's my 5th anniversary of playing D&D and I'm a technical writer, so a Wizard Bard seems right. Maya lives in Bushwick in Brooklyn, New York, and living in Bushwick, you gotta have thrifted items. So her go-to outfit is a thrifted denim jacket and a beanie. That's my go-to outfit for the fall and spring, which are my favorite seasons in New York. And her profession is that she is a content creator for Magical New Yorkers. Her profession is inspired by one of the adventuring parties where they talked about how it would be fun for Ricky and his partner to have a podcast, but just for the Magical New Yorkers. Before we move on, I wanted to thank Saab for this beautiful character art. They did a fantastic job in a very short amount of time, and they also made the art for my cleric back in 2021, and both times it has been an absolutely delightful experience working with them. Go check out their work on Tumblr and Instagram. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. Now let's talk about some of the magical locations that she frequents. Starting with her apartment. She lives in a beautiful 2-storied apartment in the heart of Bushwick, and someone permanently cast the Magnificent Mansion spell on it. The spell creates an extra-dimensional dwelling that appears small from the outside, but once you enter it, it is quite spacious, and you can create any floor plan that you like. It can have numerous chambers, and it is fully furnished. That's exactly how I feel about my apartment in Bushwick. I live in this duplex that has its own outdoor patio and an in-unit laundry, which is the best luxury to have in New York. And it is fully furnished. Like, you cannot tell me someone did not cast the Magnificent Mansion spell on this place. Second location that she frequents is the L train, which has a teleportation circle at Jefferson Street Station, and then the other end of the circle is at Union Square, which means you don't actually have to take the subway. You just go to the subway station and bam, to Manhattan. And my absolute favorite teleportation idea is for LaGuardia's new fountain feature to be a teleportation circle, and the other end of this teleportation circle is my home in India, with like my family home in India. If that was real, my life would be perfect. I would want nothing else from this life if only I can have a teleportation circle in LaGuardia that connects to my home in India, the ultimate dream. As for her inventory, she has a backpack, which is a bag of holding to carry all of her vlogging equipment. She also has a magic camera that automatically sets to the perfect lighting, the perfect sound, the perfect filters, just the crispest quality possible. Her spell-casting focus is a phone. She carries it everywhere, so it makes sense for that to be her spell-casting focus. And then she has a bag of ball bearings because all my characters have a bag of ball bearings. I don't know why, it's just a comfort item for me. That's the first thing I add to the inventory of any character that I make. Following that tradition, Maya also has a bag of ball bearings. Now let's talk about her spell list. She has Prestidigitation for cleaning the subway poles and the subway seats. If you're traveled in New York, you know this is a necessity. The next spell she has is Detect Magic, which lets her sense the presence of magic in her surroundings and help uncover hidden enchantments or mystical phenomena. She also has Enhanced Ability to give herself a temporary boost in dexterity for navigating the hordes of tourists in Midtown Manhattan. She also has Suggestion to nudge someone, like telling tourists to walk faster. She also has Invisibility to blend into the crowds of New York, because sometimes you just want to blend in the crowd and be anonymous, and there's something very peaceful about being able to just disappear into a crowd. For weapons, she has a pepper spray, because let's be honest, a woman in New York City, you gotta have your pepper spray. And then her gimbal that extends and can be used as a weapon. Now let's follow her on a day in her life. She starts off her day with the Potion of Awakening, then she gets ready for the day and makes her way to the L train teleportation circle. On the way to the teleportation circle, she drops by the Little Free Library in Bushwick. It's a magical portal that wizards across the city use to exchange books. She checks if any books have appeared for her, and she drops some of her own books in the magical portal for other wizards. Then she uses the teleportation circle to bamf to Manhattan, where she goes about Manhattan capturing content for her audience of magical New Yorkers. I think the type of content she creates are things like magical neighborhood guides, where she gives you detailed tours of neighborhoods of New York, and she takes you to the hidden speakeasies or the enchanted bookstores or the best places to thrift the jacket of useful things. Another type of content she creates are outfit of the days for the bard or wizard on the go. So like focus on practicality and comfort, but also style. But I think majority of her content is vlogs, which is the bread and butter of any New York influencer. So I think she does a lot of vlogs about the latest magical pop-ups or wizarding conventions or like the latest events or experiences set up specifically for the magical New Yorkers. And that's how she spends her workday. And then on her way back home from Manhattan, she stops by the Williamsburg waterfront to cast Commune with the City, just to spend a peaceful few minutes wrapping up another beautiful day in New York City.
Sun lowers in the sky. Is there any last thing that anyone here wants to say as these characters enjoy this perfect golden day together?
I think Kingston asked to take a picture of everybody.
We get one Ricky selfie of everybody. Click in the frame, timer goes off, and a beautiful snapshot of all these New Yorkers happy and together in the Unsleeping City.
So that's my character for the Unsleeping City. It's been a wonderful 5 years playing D&D, and I'm so glad to have found this game and this community, and I hope I get to keep playing it forever.